Welcome everybody to another video of Vinyl Addict. This is Chili, and today is a soundtrack video. The one that I have is for the Wildlife, which came out in 1984, which was the unofficial sequel to Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Now before I get into this, please don't forget to hit the like button, comment on this video, share, and if you still haven't subscribed to this channel. Now that's out of the way, the Wildlife. This was a film sort of like Fast Times at Ridgemont High, where there was young adults in high school and they're headed into adulthood, and all these different characters is Chris Penn, Eric Stoltz, Leah Thompson, Chris Penn, Sean Penn, who played Spicoli in the last movie, plays a kind of a similar character. He's like the dumbass type of guy and likes to get fucked up a lot. So there's kind of variables in that kind of sense. There's different parallels, would be a better word, of the kind of characters that would be in the last film. And so the music here is not as popular, the songs that they had in Fast Times, where they use popular songs already made, like they did American Girl from Tom Petty, Jackson Brown, She's Gonna Be Somebody's Baby Tonight, Led Zeppelin. This was more songs that were written for the movie, like the Bananarama song with the Wildlife, and Eddie Van Halen does some songs on here. In the movie, there's more, but on this one, he does one song called Donut Shop, which is the donut shop where Leah Thompson works at, and so he does the music there, and that's with Don Landee. And this is kind of the first stuff that he recorded at the 5150 studio he just built. And the rest of the songs that's in the film that Eddie does are kind of like blueprints or demos, or there's certain riffs that turned out to be songs later on, like Good Enough, Right Now from for Unlawful Carnal Knowledge, 5150 album. So they're just kind of like early kind of like versions of those songs that they end up being more developed with Sammy. So you have some of that kind of stuff. You have It's Not Easy by Charlie Sexton, and that's with Ronnie Wood and Keith Richards on guitar. It all goes back to the Stones. And Ronnie Wood he does a little cameo in the film, same as the singer from Fear is in there. So there's some kind of rock and roll stars in there. Of course, Nancy Wilson is in there because she is the wife of Cameron Crowe, the writer who wrote Fast Times and wrote this. She was the girl in the car in Fast Times where Judge Reinhold is wearing the pirate outfit. So she's in this film too. She has a little cameo. They always kind of do that. Other than that, there's some songs like Andy Summers' song from The Police is really cool. The 3 O'Clock, which was like a Paisley Underground type of band back in the day. They're in here. Hanover Fist, which is a metal band, and they had this one shining moment of Metal of the Night, and it's, if you heard it, probably it sounds just anything up there with like Quiet Riot back in the day and whatnot. But for the most part, this album has like a weird kind of cover, because it's like it's right side up here, then it's upside down on this one. You know what I mean? So you just have, if you went like this, it's upside down. So you just kind of, it's wild, right? So there you go. What else is on here? Yeah, those are like the main ones. Oh, there was one song in here, because it does have a little kind of sheet here with all the bands and all the artists. Mind My Have Still I by Alon Johannes, Olaine, or whatever. He was the guy in 11. You produced like Chris Cornell's albums, Queen of the Stone Age. And here he's produced by Dave Jordan, who did Jane's Addiction's album, and he has Jack Irons on drums and Hillel Slovak on guitar in his song. And so that's interesting. The Chili Peppers and Jack Irons later on becomes a Pearl Jam member as well. So it's kind of interesting to read the players and songs that are unfamiliar to you, which is what I like about soundtracks. You just kind of go through each song if you don't, especially if there's a variety of different groups and players and stuff, and just kind of find these players like, okay, well that guy is from this band or whatever and whatnot, and it's interesting because this is '84, and Jack Irons and the Chili Peppers came out, I guess, like a year later, or '84 is around the same time. The original Chili Peppers, so it's all relevant, right? It all comes back, and these players, you kind of see them in different things and kind of different projects and whatnot. So it's really cool. So like the Keith Richards and Ron Wood, Charlie Sexton version of the Stones is "It's Not Easy." That's from the Aftermath album from the Rolling Stones. So that's my take on this. It's not a bad soundtrack. It's not. If you're curious about the Eddie Van Halen stuff, maybe that's about what it's good for. And it's not a bad song. It's instrumental. The first riff kind of reminds me of the Loverboy, Turn Me Loose, but then it kind of goes into just like a straightforward kind of rock thing, and of course, interesting guitar solo in there. So that's probably another thing just to get the wildlife. But other than that, it's just for me. I mean, I'm a soundtrack person anyway. It's just good to have, So that's my video. Don't forget to hit the like button on it. If you got this album or heard it, I want to know what your comments are on this. Did you like it? Is it okay? And share this video again. And if you still haven't subscribed, please do so. And with that, I'll shut up. Have a good one.